What is a Compo Madame Alexander doll? Have you ever wondered what makes a Compo Madame Alexander doll so special? These vintage dolls hold a unique place in the hearts of collectors and enthusiasts alike. Let's take a closer look at what defines a Compo Madame Alexander doll and why they are cherished in the world of vintage doll collecting. A Compo Madame Alexander doll refers to a vintage doll created by the Madame Alexander Doll Company, primarily during the early to mid-20th century. The term compo is short for composition, which is a material made from a mixture of sawdust, glue, and other substances. This material was commonly used for doll heads and bodies before plastic became the standard. Composition dolls are heavier and denser than paper match, allowing for detailed molding and durability. Madame Alexander was founded by Beatrice Alexander Behrman in 1923. The company quickly gained a reputation for producing dolls that were less fragile than their porcelain counterparts. Many of their early dolls were made from composition, which contributed to their popularity. Compo Madame Alexander dolls are typically characterized by several features. They have composition heads and sometimes bodies, giving them a solid, molded form. Most of these dolls have jointed necks, shoulders, and hips, allowing for posability. One of the charming aspects of these dolls is their sleep eyes, which open and close when the doll is laid down. The costumes on Compo Madame Alexander dolls are often detailed and elaborate, sometimes featuring tags that indicate the doll's character name. These dolls usually measure around 14 to 18 inches tall, although sizes can vary. These dolls were produced before plastic became the dominant material in doll manufacturing in the late 1940s and 1950s. Because composition is heavier than plastic, larger dolls often combined composition parts with cloth bodies to make them easier to handle. From a collector's viewpoint, Compo Madame Alexander dolls are highly sought after for their craftsmanship and historical significance. Vintage composition dolls from Madame Alexander, particularly those from the 1940s and earlier, can command impressive prices. The value often depends on the doll's condition, rarity, and the character it represents. In summary, a Compo Madame Alexander doll is a vintage collectible made from composition material by the Madame Alexander Doll Company. These dolls are known for their durability, detailed features, and their important role in the history of American dolls. If you come across one, you may just have found a piece of doll-making history.